Alright, welcome to game 3. So far my Skaven on 2 and 0, so that's really good. This mission is complete the monoliths. There's the monolith, which is the gray stone that my die is on. The purpose is to be the closest unit to it with no enemy models around, to gain control of it and get the narrative points. Deployment is a standard battle line, except for there's a 12-inch on the side that you can't deploy right around the monolith, so you can't go straight to it. Yeah, I was playing against Eric's Warriors of Chaos army. Go over his list. We got 3 ogres with great weapons and chaos armor on the left. Next to that, we've got his a hero of Zinch, Favor of the Gods, in a unit of 20 Chaos Warriors. Rapturous Standard. The Rapturous Standard is important. Also, we get a boon from the last game. You get to choose one of the dice. I figured I'd be playing demons, so I took flaming. And he took +1 armor save, so he has 2+ armor save Chaos Warriors. Very, very important for him. Next up, we got, in the front, 2 units of Marauder Horsemen, throwing axes, light armor, musician, flails. They both vanguarded. We got a chariot of corn. We got those 3 new, what are they called? Skull crushers. In the back, he's got his Heaven's Sorcerer Lord with the 4+ ward save, power familiar, charm shield. His battle standard bearer is also there. He's got the Iron Horse curse icon, shield, and Sword of Might. And they are in a unit of 23 Marauders marked Zinch with shields and light armor. Then we got 4 Trolls. Eric really likes his Trolls. Then we got another corn-marked chariot behind a unit of flail-wielding 24 Marauders with flails marked corn. Alright, my army list the same before. It's deployed as follows. The one that you can't see is the other Warp Lightning Cannon is off the screen to the left. There we go. The only special terrain feature, the graveyard, is a ghost fence. So if you're within 6 inches of it, you cause fear. It never really came into play. So, on to turn 1. Okay, Skaven got the first turn, so 3rd game in a row I went first. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I think on this one it was kind of important. My Rat Ogres declared a charge on the left Marauder Horsemen. They fled. He lost 1 to dangerous terrain tests. And then they successfully redirected and charged the other Marauder Horse, who basically fled through his entire army. And he lost 2 to dangerous terrain there as well. He just forgot to pull him off yet. Also this one, we could start at 18 inches apart rather than the full 24. So I deployed back a little bit, but he deployed on the line. That's why his is a little bit closer. Moving my right clan rats around to go take the monolith. Need to have a unit ready to do that. And magic phase. The only thing that was in range was the 13th spell. I think I actually got the amount needed. It was not irresistible force, and so he scrolled it. My target was those warriors. I knew if I could get rid of half of the unit, this game would go a lot easier for me. But alas, it didn't happen. So my cannons fired. I got a nice hit on the skull crushers. Only hit 2 of the models. Only wounded 1, and only did 1 wound to that one I wounded. So, and then the other one I think misfired, but nothing bad happened. It went in a random direction, but didn't hit anything. So, that was pretty much. Oh, other point of note: the abomination. I wanted it to get out in front of the trolls. So I rolled my 3 dice, got an 18. So I misfired with him and then rolled another 6. So he's now strength 7 for the game. Okay, I think that's cool. Alright, on to Chaos turn 1. Alright, this was my first big mistake in the game. My slaves weren't far enough to the left to protect my rat ogres. So he charged his skull crushers, the chariot, and the ogres into my ogres and made every charge. Needless to say, the ogres got obliterated. There was a little bit of discussion about which way they go. I was hoping they go straight. Turned out they went to the right, to my right. So I had skull crushers hit the damn slaves in the flank, and the chariot hit my unit in the front, and the ogres, they're the only ones that didn't roll good, so that was annoying. Both of his units of Marauder Cav rallied. One jumped out in the middle, the other one went after my Warp Lightning Cannon on the left. The trolls charged my Hell Pit Abomination. Wisely, he restrained charge with his corn flail wielding marauders and reformed to go towards the monolith. Yeah. So a very good turn for. He got off Ice Shard Blizzard on my Abomination, give it -1 to hit. That didn't matter. I rolled the. I think I rolled the one or two to do the strength 6 die 3 wounds. Killed 1 troll. I think he won combat because he did a wound or 2 to me, plus the charge and the flank. I should have turned to face. I didn't. That's something I got to remember to do because it matters in the next turn. So on to Skaven turn 2. Okay, Skaven second turn. Sometimes things can go right for you. This looked really bad at the start, but so important things. My gutter runners came up, and I put them right in between his Marauder horse and my cannon. I knew I was going to need that cannon for the rest of the game, and they'll have a good chance of, with their poisoned slings, getting 12 shots. And they only have a 5+ armor save. I should kill some. And they're only leadership 7, so a panic chest is likely to be failed. On the right, I moved my clan rats up to the little marsh. Knowing that you don't get ranks in the marshes, I'm just going to sit there and hope he fails a frenzy test to charge me. The part where not turning to face was what hurt me. I was trying to charge my Plague Furnace into his trolls to help out, but the argument came out since my Abominations isn't on the appropriate base, his base supposed to hang over, therefore it blocked the charge. I don't know. I want you guys to post and tell me whether I should just rebase my abomination so it's on the right base, so I don't have this argument again. It's just annoying. Most people don't have a problem with it, but I don't want to be trying to take advantage of something. Okay, magic. Magic was the key phase. I rolled 12 power dice, and I needed it. I used 4 dice to cast Plague on his big unit of warriors. He knew the 13th spell was coming, and he wanted to save his dice, so he let Plague go. I said thank you. It killed half his warrior unit, and then it jumped over to his big guys in the back. Didn't kill as many there, but still killed like 8 guys. And then he could move it to one of my units, so he moved it to the slave combat. I lost a whole bunch of slaves. He didn't take any wounds. It was fine. It jumped to another one of his units, jumped over to his flail wielding guys, killed a whole bunch there, and then the spell finally ended. Then I used a couple of my my power stone or my tokens or something, and I cast Cloud of Corruption. Die 6, strength 5 hits to pretty much everything around me. I killed 5 of my own clan rats. I killed a couple slaves. But I did 4 wounds to his, or 3 wounds. 3 wounds to his skull crushers to take him down to 1 guy. Did 4 wounds to his ogres. Did 2 wounds to his chariot. That's a game changer right there. The abomination obviously killed the trolls and then just, he ran them down. He killed 2 trolls and then ran down the other one so he could get close to the his caster unit. If I can kill that caster unit, I got the game in the bag. The gutter runners on the left, I only killed 1 marauder and he passed his stinking panic check. So all in all, the game's looking like it's in pretty good hands. The cannon, I think both my cannon... I think I actually killed a few Chaos Warriors with some cannon shot too. I think it was strength 2, but I killed a couple. And then the other one tried to kill ogres and didn't do it. Alright, on to Chaos turn. Alright, Chaos turn. And then the game turns around on its head. Ogres charge the flank of my general's unit. Wasn't a thing I could do to get away from that. He charged his, his warriors charged into the slaves to help get his guy free. Chariot charged into the abomination. Chariot killed the abomination. They killed the slaves. He did some wounds to my clan rats, but I stayed. He put attacks on my seer. I only did 1 wound. Magic, he did the harmonic convergence in the bubble to help out the warriors and the chariot. It's a great spell. His marauder horse on the left charged my gutter runners. Stand and shot with my throwing stars. Killed 1, made his panic check, ran into combat. I killed him before he got to a swing, so... yeah, on to Skaven turn 3. Alright, Skaven turn 3. Tunneling theme still has not shown up yet. It's probably actually an okay thing right now, because my cannons have targets to that. On the right, my guys are still holding, waiting for him to fail that check. My furnace charges into those warriors. That's going to be my best chance to eliminate him. Gutter runners come over. Nothing for them to do, really. Try to get closer. Both cannons target his big unit. I think one of them does some damage, but Zinch 5+ saves against it. Iron Horse Curse stuff doesn't do a lot of damage. Magic, I think I do Cloud of Corruption again, but I only put one wound on the ogre. It like doesn't hit any of his units. It was so frustrating. I only killed a couple warriors. I think I won combat, but he stayed. I even used the plague banner this time. It doesn't matter. He's continuing to win the combat with my general's unit. The one time I wish I had Skitter Leap, but yeah, that's where it is. On to Chaos turn 3. Alright, Chaos turn 3. Yeah, some important stuff happened here. He got a great magic phase, moved up, and got all of his good buffs up. He cursed the Midnight Wind me. He's got Harmonic Convergence on him, and Ice Shard Blizzard on me. So I'm -1 to hit, rerolling 6s, and he's rerolling 1s. It's the trifecta of the Heavens magic. I failed to dispel the first one and couldn't get rid of anything else, so it was just it was a bad day in the neighborhood. I got my wish. His Corn Flail Wielders failed their restraint check and charged my unit. He won combat by killing more guys. I failed my Leadership 8 Steadfast. He didn't run me down though. I mean, I made a good run, so hopefully they can rally. And in combat, he killed my Seer in hand-to-hand, and then did some wounds, and I think I was still steadfast on a 7. Couldn't do it with the reroll. They ran, and the ogres ran him down. But they both pursued. So, combat, I didn't do anything. He did stuff, but I'm unbreakable. Yeah. That's it. On to Skaven turn. Okay. Some good stuff happened here. My tunneling team emerged, scattered to the left a little bit, so I was able to charge both of them into the flank of his general's unit, just like I'd hoped for. My clan rat unit rallied, just like I'd hoped for. And then magic was moved. My cannons, the one targeted the chariot, killed it. The other one, the gutter runners targeted. I did the gutter runners first at the ogre. Did wounds, killed an ogre, left one over, shot the other cannon at that ogre. Didn't finish off the ogre. Combat, the important one, I actually got through a whole bunch of damage. He needed a 3 to stay. He rolled a 5 and the 1. Rapture Standard, he rolled a 1. It's Insane Courage, he stays. That would have won me the game right there, had he broke. No way I would have been able to make that overrun charge into the flank of his other, or into the front of his other unit. But alas, it was not meant to be on there. So on to Chaos turn. Oh, Chaos turn. I forgot to mention. Yeah, my Night Runners did win combat, but only by a couple, and he easily made his leadership 6, or he needed. I think he made him like a 5, and he made his 5 leadership check to stay, and so then he made the second check to turn to face. It's like, and then on his turn, he harmonic converges in the bubble. That's all the spell dice he had. Ogres went around to try to deal with my clan rats. His marauders charged into my clan rats. He did like 6 wounds, but I killed every one of them, so I didn't have to take another test. That was important. Yeah, he's trying to hide his ogre from my cannons. So That's why he moved around the wizard tower like that. Yeah, it ain't turn 6. But it's close to the end of the game. There we go. On to Chaos. Or on to Skaven turn. This is the last picture. This is the last turn of the game on Skaven turn 5. We got called on time. So my clan rats moved to within the 6 inches of the monolith to claim that for the narrative points. My gutter runners moved over and put the last 2 wounds on the ogre. He easily beat my night runners and broke them, but they didn't. He didn't catch him. And then, yeah, and time was called before we could fight the combat with my my plague unit. He only had 2 models left. One, the champion for the unit, and his hero. If we could have been involved to fight that combat, I'm almost sure I would have won the game. But as it turns out, I did not. Lost it by a slim margin. Well, I lost it by about 600 points, and there was 600 points in there, so it probably would have been a draw. But there you go. Thanks for listening, and so Skaven are 2-1. On to game